And welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and I'm here with Liz.
Hello.
And if it's your first time listening or watching, thank you for joining us. We'll be talking about some of the craziest things that's been happening this week on the internet, in the world, and the like. But before that, how have you been, Liz?
I'm tired.
It seems like you've been tired for these last couple of weeks, no matter what.
I think because all the time I'm turning around, I'm doing overnights and coming back to day shifts and coming back to nights and trying to get back into regular system.
You haven't had a good rhythm, have you?
I know. Everything's been like sprung on me the last few times. Granted, this last week was scheduled, but I was just like, I don't know. I think just the constant going back and forth has been just fucking up with my sleep schedule.
And that's rough. That is rough. So yeah, I've been in a similar state. We just lost 2 people in our workplace since we last floored.
Yeah, we just lost someone too.
Yeah, look at that. We're just losing people left and right, aren't we? And it's what sucks is it was a very useful individual. They were very competent. So that's what sucks. It's like when you lose someone who like, oh, you can actually work. Like if we lost someone who like you were just like baggage. That's what's one less thing holding us back. But yeah, this was an actual competent person, and it sucks that we lost him. But they're going back to school, so more power to them. You know. So yeah, it's been that far as work, but it's been good outside of work. I recently went with my family to one of the festivals nearby. We got to see some of the. Well, I didn't get any of the rides, but I got to enjoy some of the local festivities. Some of the food. Like my one goal for this specific festival is always to get an elephant ear. That is the only thing I want from a thing. And man, boy, was it worth it? A little bit, because I think I only get an elephant ear once a year if I'm lucky. And I got it. Is it
the Renaissance Fair? No.
No.
Oh, okay. So many festivals are going on and off this next few weeks. It's one of those crazy things. I mean, the Garlic Festival is going to be hitting up this weekend, so
it's probably something. But yeah, it's just one of those local festivals that happen in the area. And boy, for the line, it was like a 20-minute line to get that elephant ear. But it
was so worth it, right?
It was worth it, but it was more of just being around, just like this normalization, because this specific festival hasn't been around since COVID, so it's like this is the first year it's back in full bloom.
Yeah,
you got to, it's like you got all the vendors everywhere. You got all the rides back. I didn't get to go see that portion of the festival, but it was fine just to kind of hang out with some friends and family. There was like those airbrush tattoo people. Yeah. So at this point in our lives, there's kids who are now there, so you get to splurge on them now, like how our parents and their friends would splurge. I was like, yeah, here, like, so we did that for some of the kids, like, oh, you want to try that, you want to buy that, so we splurge here and there. And my brother, what he did with my youngest nephew was there was an airbrush guy, and he saw one of the other kids get one, and so my sister first, like, he doesn't know. But she said, I'll buy it. So she like got him. So she got him a Spider-Man tattoo on his like right thigh or something.
Nice.
He was so happy. Now here's the thing. That's how it started. Towards the end of the night.
Shit, did it escalate?
To the end of the night, they disappeared for like half an hour. So I'm like, where is he? Like, I'll go find him. Because we were kind of all eating, because like all the food vendors and everything. We're all eating. I'm done with one. I'm done eating. I go like, I'll go find him. So I'm just kind of looking around. Probably they're just kind of playing some of the games or anything. I find them back at the tattoo airbrush vendor, And what I saw, I wish I took photos because it's so funny. Because it's the second time I saw him holding my nephew, and it looked like they were at a prison poking stab, and he had, I kid you not, like at least 9 tattoos all over his arm, his back, his front, everywhere. He,
I want pictures.
I think my sister took some afterward. But yeah, he
Oh,
looked,
gosh,
he was like it was really funny. He was like, he was all tatted up. It was really funny. The airbrush guy was very very generous, very patient. Mostly when it comes to kids. I can only imagine how because some of those airbrush things compared to regular tattoos, even though they hit quote sessions, some of them are like overlays, and for a little kid to stand still for a short amount of time, that he was very patient. And but it was funny. The image was funny. Then just seeing it, and it was one of those moments like, we're gonna remember this moment, just because it's one of those things you'll remember. Like either you remember as a kid, or the parents remember for you when they're older. Oh yeah,
Pictures are definitely a telltale sign.
that's the bonus part of like these last modern day years, is like now you can photograph, because now our parents can show us photos of us, like goobers when we were kids.
I know. Once upon a time.
But yeah, does your family still have like photo books? Like anyone's like, what is a photo book? Like
We don't actually have photo books anymore. We have photo boxes.
Oh yeah, the other thing,
So
yeah.
we when we were downsizing to where I live now, my mom was like, well, we'll move all these photos into box. And we'll separate it by who's in the picture and whatnot. Because most of the times you got doubles, right? So you had doubles of everything.
Yeah, just
so
to be
we had
safe, you never know if you're gonna lose one.
Yeah, exactly. And so like if there's photos of certain things, whether it would be my sister and I together, it would be I would have one, she would have one, so we both had one together because we were both in the picture. So
Do
yeah,
you do you do physical, or you just stick to digital?
um my daughter's been into some of the physical ones. I mean, so I have some physical ones, especially of her too, especially for school. So
Oh
yeah.
man, I remember school picture days where like they
Oh,
would
but
give
they're
you.
now magnets, so I just stick one on my locker and call it good.
There you go. There you go. Make it
Put it
easier.
on the fridge. Give it to somebody else to put on their fridge. It's been like an escalating thing. So I get like 8 of them, and they're like in different sizes. So I give like one to my sister, one to my brother, one to a friend, and one on my locker, one on the fridge. It just gets sprawled all out.
Ah, God, those days.
Mhm.
Like, but yeah, that's kind of been my week. It's just a fun, interesting week. Nothing too glamorous. Just a cool down compared to you, Dunzima, as tiring. Just trying to get prepped and stuff. Actually, by the time this gets released, I probably am. No, not really. I had to cancel some. There's like a new movie that, as far as the recording, I'm gonna go watch. So there should be a review on that on Reaction Cast later. Like it's just making small plans. It's getting closer to the my sister's wedding date. So now
I know, it's crazy.
and so it's like
Dun,
they're
dun.
doing a lot of finalization, and we'll see how things go.
My name is Jeff.
But yeah,
It's
because
crazy.
everyone's kind of hanging out at my place trying to prep, and I'm heading out. I got other
Bye.
things to do.
I'm going to my office. Be
So,
joked.
so yeah, that's kind of. Oh, one more thing that I had a fun thing trying. So a lot of companies have been doing recent stuff. I recently tried hard Mountain Dew. Have you seen that in stores?
Yeah, I have seen. Well, I heard about it. I didn't know if it was actually out in this area yet.
Yeah, it's in the area now, and it's just basically Mountain Dew with alcohol in it. That's like 5%, which is a beer. It's beer. Basically, it's a Mountain Dew beer, and it comes in your traditional Mountain Dew flavor, and then they has there's Baja Blast, their most famous flavor, and then let's see what else they have. Why can I think? Watermelon and black cherry.
Ooh.
Those are their other like three. I think those are gonna be their standard, but right now they're doing a summer seasonal one where it's like Baja pineapple, Baja mango, and Baja peach. I might be getting that wrong, but they're it tastes like what you think. It's Mountain Dew with
Yeah, I don't care for Mountain Dew.
alcohol.
So it's not good. Never been my thing.
Luckily, they're all no sugar, so that was like, oh, okay. I'm surprised. Okay,
That's
and
cool.
they're not too bad, but for sure, better chilled, better chilled. But
The most sodas are usually like that. You have to have it's better tasting when it's chilled. So
I think they're more considered a beer than a soda. They're not even considered like a
would it
seltzer.
be more like a hard seltzer since there's no
No, it's
sugar?
weird. I don't know. I might because they say it's not a soda. That's what it says.
Yeah, it's not it's well a hard soda essentially. But anyways, it wouldn't be a beer because it's not made with hops.
I don't know. They do something. It's something we could look into if. Oh, do we want to? I don't really care.
I really don't care, but I'm just saying for clarification though.
Liz wants to be informative. She wants to lie. Actually, talking about Mountain Dew. Let's jump into one story that kind of relates to that. Mountain Dew works with Taco Bell because of Baja Blast. Let's just jump into that story since that's a good transition.
Okay.
Where
is it at?
Oh, because this, once again, people are acting up with lawsuits and. All right, so Taco Bell accused of false advertising for Crunchwraps Mexican pizzas in New York man's class action lawsuit. Frank Sigursa, that's how you pronounce it? Whatever, it's Frank. He was not happy that the Mexican pizza he paid $5.49 for at Taco Bell in New York City last September appeared to contain only half as much beef and bean filling as the photo in the chain's advertisement. So he sued. What? What?
I just think it's funny. That's all. Yeah, it didn't look like the picture.
In a proposed class action filed on Monday in Brooklyn federal courts, Frank accused Taco Bell for deceiving customers by falsely advertising in Mexican pizza, veggie Mexican pizza, Crunchwrap Supremes, Gordita Crunchwrap, and the vegan Crunchwrap, as it contains at least double of
Forgot the grande set Crunchwrap.
Everything basically. Frank of Ridgewood, New York, included photos showing the food busting with beef, cheese, and bright red and green veggies. Juxtaposed with actual photos of smaller and less vibrant food that other customers posted online. No doubt. If you actually have you ever seen videos of them doing like advertising food?
It's and it's all false.
It's all gross.
It's like made with like opposite things like you would not think of,
like some of the things that they use glue,
oil and potatoes and glue, and
yeah, it's like if you want to eat that you're not gonna live. Like you could barely survive eating Taco Bell. Like eating Taco Bell plus what they use to make it look like what they look like is ridiculous. Taco Bell ads are unfair and financially damaging to the customers, and especially concerning now that that inflation, food and meat prices are very high, and many customers, especially lower income customers, are struggling financially. I won't deny that. But at this point in age, I don't. Anytime I look at food advertisement, I don't see ads that much anymore, because I'm in that age where most of my media gets fed to me through social medias or through small ads, and even then I just ignore them. So the last time, most of it's like word of mouth, and so like if some restaurant has a new promotion or something, I don't know about it until later, or if someone on like a content creator is promoting it or says something, I don't know anything about anything at this point now. But I've always known when you see an image on a television or a picture on any social medias of like, check out this new burger, and you just see it glistening and looking like nice, juicy, and fat, that's not what you're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
So I understand there is some legitimacy to like that yeah, you're not getting what the picture showcase. That is true. I'm not gonna deny that. But to say you're being deceived is true to a point, but not to the point where like to sue. It is a class action lawsuit, so a bunch of people. He's trying to get a bunch of people to join this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Now the question is, would you join this lawsuit? Because I will give my opinion after you.
I don't eat Taco Bell. Oh, yeah, I won't be not joining because I think the last time I had Taco Bell was for and it wasn't even a fun one. It wasn't even a fun, even a fun crunch wrap or anything like that. It was just a simple salad. I think I got or something retarded like that. Oops, I'm not supposed to say that word. My bad.
You can say this is our podcast. We can say whatever you want.
So,
but no, exactly. It's I wouldn't just because I just this is just stupid. Like I get what you're trying to say, but no one's gonna buy janky looking food. Most fast food is quote fast food. It's made in a like this like
laboratory. I'm just kidding.
yes, but more in like assembly line status. Like you have tot like one A B C serve. That's how it's done. So it's not it's supposed to look almost exactly the same, but you know, some people make mistakes depending on who the workers are. Sometimes you don't even get what you want. It's just never gonna look the same. Like every time you get a taco that's missing a little too much tomatoes, or you have too much tomatoes, or not enough lettuce, like it's never gonna be perfect. That's for sure. Yeah. Anything else to bring up this lawsuit?
No.
No, it's more so that it's just, is he gonna win? No, I don't see this. I don't see this going any further than it is. Just because, like, it's in these moments when we see lawsuits when people are like, it's not what it isn't what it is. Like the one with what was it? The ginger ale.
Yeah, actually, I thought they won.
They won that one, but that they had some actual like. That one was more about the ingredients than the visual. Now, if they were saying something about the flavor, I think I would say flavor would be the next thing. Actually, let's continue with the story then. Let's go with what's been happening with MrBeast actually.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's just, you know, these are some good transfer. So here, you read this one a little bit.
YouTuber MrBeast in legal brawl with his own burger brand. He's suing for being raw and revolting. Virtual dining concepts are responding to this suit, calling MrBeast claims false and disparaging.
So did you know MrBeast? I think we talked about that. MrBeast had.
Yeah, I knew about this. Yeah, I actually picked it up at one time when I was I don't know, what do you call that? A DoorDasher.
I wanted to try, but it was never in the area, and the closest city I could go to was like 15 miles away, so I could order. I'm like, I'm not driving 15 miles away. But for sakes, most of these things, for anyone knowing, I think there's only one actual MrBeast location, like an actual physical location. Besides, most of it all was their ghost kitchens, which were very popular during the COVID era to kind of save some restaurants before going under. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so let's kind of jump in and then we'll discuss kind of everything.
Okay. YouTuber James MrBeast Donaldson is entering a legal battle against the partners involved with his burger brand, MrBeast Burger. Reported by the Daily Mail, MrBeast filed a lawsuit this week against Virtual Dining Concepts, the company the YouTube star partnered with on MrBeast Burger. If you're unfamiliar, MrBeast Burger is a food delivery concept that operates as the ghost kitchens, like you were talking about, that operate where customers order food online that is fulfilled by a local partner restaurant like Red Robin, for example, and delivered in MrBeast Burger packaging.
Yeah,
the lawsuit alleges.
That's exactly where I was gonna get my food. So I was basically gonna get a Red Robin burger with the wrappings.
Yeah. The lawsuit alleges that Mr. Beast Burger has delivered raw and inedible food on numerous occasions. The lawsuit was also Mr. Beast Burgers often delivered late in unbranded packaging and or without all the ordered items. Mr. Beast's suit says that makes Mr. Beast Burger misleading, poor reflection of Mr. Beast brand that provides low quality products to customers. Provides low quality products. Okay. Included in the lawsuit are screenshots from across social media of customers complaining about raw food delivered from Mr. Beast's burger. The suit also says Mr. Beast has been any of the money from the business venture to the clear. While the business has made millions of dollars, Mr. Beast has not received a dime. The lawsuit reads in part, Mr. Beast is seeking the right to terminate. Oops, I flipping jumped on me. Sorry, guys.
That's fine. Just continue.
I'm trying to find it though. It jumped on me.
To be clear, with the businesses made millions of dollars, Mr. Beast has not received a dime. The lawsuit reads in part that Mr. Beast is seeking the right to terminate Mr. Beast's business due to the alleged damages caused by the virtual dining concepts. Then today,
Virtual Dining Concepts provided a statement to the Daily Mail, calling parts of the lawsuit false, disparaging statements regarding the Mr. Beast Burger brand and BDC. The Florida-based company accused Mr. Beast of bullying tactics to give up part of the company to him, and claims that the burger brand has increased the YouTube's popularity, saying Mr. Donaldson's notoriety has grown exponentially over the life of the Mr. Beast Burger brand, in part because of Mr. Beast Burger brand itself.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Mr. Beast is not popular because of Mr. Beast Burger. Mr. Beast Burger is popular because of Mr. Beast. That statement alone is a joke.
All right.
Whoever wrote that is fucking stupid, you know?
Not a single fuck was given this day.
Beast has over 170 million subscribers on YouTube. Mr. Beast Burger began operations in December of 2020 and has hundreds of locations across the United States.
So yeah, that statement, that's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. Why you would say that? Because he is known for other things. Like when Liz knows about him, that's something. That's how popular he is.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't because of Mr. Beast Burger. Like he has ventured in so many other fields. Like he has a candy brand.
Mm-hmm.
He's a philanthropist. He has a philanthropy site. He's working.
Yep.
He has so many other things that make, and he's not popular. He's not popular because of that. He's popular because he's a YouTube individual, and his team and his content and everything around him is elevated because of him and his team. So Mr. Beast Burger is only popular just because of Mr. Beast. So yeah, that virtual dining concepts, that was one of the dumbest like statements you could put out right there. But besides the point, I just wanted to rant there. That was like the dumbest thing anyone could say.
I agree with you 100%. No, it's not Mr. Beast Burger that made him. It was opposite. It's him himself who's done so much shit to create.
So I kind of looked. It's like a very long document that is out there from all the things. But yeah, there's like, because even I wanted to do, like I said, I wanted to do a video or a TikTok of like, let's try out a Mr. Beast Burger. And so many of those videos, not only from like many people like myself and others, but big influencers, people who have an audience. A lot of their experience were mixed and match, and some were good, but then they're like, from all the good, there are some really bad ones. Because when it comes to ghost kitchens, it's not all the same restaurants, and different restaurants have different procedures, even though they have like how to make a Mr. Beast Burger like schematic basically. Not everyone's gonna look the same. And if we go through, if we literally spent the time and went through all the videos and everything, they're all the opinions of the burgers are like either they're bland, not seasoned, don't look like what they are supposed to look like,
And there's going to be a suing case on that too.
And some of them are raw because at this point, like, virtual dining concept needs Mr. Beast more than they need him. Like that's the truth. Like, without Mr. Beast, virtual dining concept is nothing.
Exactly, I agree with you 100% on that.
So yeah, because there's alleged allegedly that there's a lot of times they were using Mr. Beast's image and ideas to try to get other influencers or other bigger name celebrities to be part of virtual dining concepts. So they're using his image without his permission, allegedly. So, and then it sounds like they also owe him a bunch of money too. But that's besides the point. He just wants out. At this point, he just wants out. They should be happy. That's all he wants. And he doesn't want to strive for money. We don't know the full lawsuit, but we could probably look it up because a lot of these lawsuits are public domain. But what are your thoughts with this?
I agree with you 100%. I mean, he's basically wants to wash his hands clean of them. Doesn't want anything to do with them, and hopefully they survive without him. We'll see. They're gonna flop. I honestly don't think they're gonna make it last long enough. So it was a great concept. Well, it lasted, but now it's just they're failing on their end.
The thing is, I think they went too big too fast, and there wasn't any proper regulations and stuff like that. And that's the issue. It's like when we need to open a new one, but there was no no one was like burgers or these foods need to be made this way, because it wasn't just Mr. Beast burgers. It was like so many other restaurants also had some janky foods. So it's just that there's no organization to properly regulate all this, and that's due in part to businesses like virtual, what is it called? Name's long. Virtual dining concepts. Because the idea is good. I'm not going to deny that. The idea is good. They just grew too fast. And that's the issue there. They got too big too fast. And I get it. When Mr. Beast Burger came out, everyone wanted it. I wanted it.
I didn't. I was like, oh, bye.
They had gluten-free options.
Did they? Huh?
Yeah. But actually, in your area, you could have probably got some. But anyways, it's just one of those things. Like, any business can falter if it grows too fast and then it just fumbles. It's like made on pillars of sand and salt. Like, there's no stabilization, and it's just gonna fall apart. And some of the people who help build it are the ones that take the hit. And like all Mr. Beast wanted to do was provide a quality burger for his audience, right? And they did not get that. In the
pandemic, that's all I think he wanted to.
And it's just like, it's kind of what we do. We want to make fun shirts and stuff like that for you guys, and we wouldn't put out anything or wear ourselves if it wasn't like, yeah, that's fun. Like the comfortable tie-dye tee that Liz is wearing, that Liz got before it got removed from the shop. So don't forget to pick it up. But it's just disappointing. I'm hoping this lawsuit can go in the favor of Mr. Beast. And if all he wants is out, perfect. If he gets some money back out of it for all the loss he can, because it looks bad on him. It's almost like defamatory towards him, because it's his face and name on the line, and others putting just a mockery on it. It's like someone was trying to promote art, like someone was trying to make product for us, and it was just like shit, and like, you guys are making shit product. Like, no, we're not. Then we're just like, hey, why are you making shit products? So things like that. It's very disappointing. In this line of work. But I'm hoping he gets out of it in the positive. Because for the most part, all he wants to do is make fun videos and make fun things for his audience. And sometimes just people take advantage of that. That's kind of the industry he's in. So, any final words on this?
Nope, I'm good. I think you've said what it's meant to be said.
All right, let's jump into another story. What's another story?
I don't know. Oh, did you want to talk about the judge?
The ditch?
The judge. The judge.
Oh, like, I thought the ditch.
Yeah, I'll put you in a ditch.
And look at that shit.
Judge. There it is. Go ahead and read.
Footage shows Oklahoma judge texting, scrolling through Facebook during 2-year-old's murder trial. Video published by Oklahoman shows Judge Tracy Stotterstrom repeatedly using her phone under the bench during the trial.
Wow, you gotta love that.
2-year-old gets murdered.
Is the murder is the child
man.
Child murder is so boring that you need to be scrolling social media. Like, let's see what Susie's doing today. Like, and as the victim was screaming for help. Yes.
The judge in Oklahoma is under an investigation after a video shows her repeatedly using her cell phone to text and scroll through Facebook during a recent murder trial for a killing of a 2-year-old boy. The local sheriff's office told multiple outlets. The video was published by the Oklahoman last week and shows Lincoln County District Judge Tracy Soderstrom using her phone for minutes at a time, including during a jury selection, the case's opening statement, and during crucial testimony. Wow. Both shocking and disappointing, District Attorney Adam Panter told the newspaper. Jurors are banned from using cell phones in the courtroom during trials because they expect to give their full time and attention to the evidence being presented.
Yeah, I expect them to. I did that. They took our belongings for the most part. Besides what, like, the necessary things like water bottle. During my time, there was a person who needed an EpiPen. Besides that, have you ever been on jury duty?
I was close, but never selected. Technically, I served my time, so.
I feel you. Yeah, I think it's one of those moments when you get you get 5 years after that, so you're safe for 5 years from that point. Because I recently
don't change your name, and I can't remember the third one.
Something like that, yeah. And because I recently was gonna be on jury again, but it was one of those things. One, jury duty doesn't pay that much to what you're trying to do, and they don't. My workplace does not supplement enough of it, so I'm like, I need it. And two, there was like we were so short-handed on work that it's like we need people. We can't have someone missing for work. But yeah, for as far as like stuff, like they took our stuff and put it away. Like yeah, you kind of have to pay attention to some of them. Sometimes it can be just some dumb trial between two people just arguing over some semantic stuff, but it could be something as serious as a young child's murder case. But yeah, that's
I'm just scroll through Facebook. Screw you guys.
No, Liz would be scrolling through TikTok.
Shh, that's my secret. Don't tell everybody.
Fuck me, right?
It's both shocking and disappointing, said District Adam Panter told the jurors are banned from using cell phones in the courtroom during trials because they expect to give them their full time and attention to the evidence being presented. I would expect and hope the court would hold itself to the same standard required of the jurors, regardless of the type of case. Panter said he reviewed the footage and it shows Schotterman 50 using her phone for hours of the trial, which concluded a second-degree manslaughter conviction of Christian Tyler Martzall and 2018 death of toddler Braxton Dinker. Martzall beat the child to death.
Okay, so let's just talk. So we're not going to be talking about the trial. There's a lot to it. It's more about this judge. We're talking about the judge here. This is what we're doing. I'm looking at the photos. She's just there, like if she was just sitting at her workstation and scrolling through her phone. If this was my judge, like either I'm hoping that they rule that I win the case because of their incompetence, or it's oh my god, it is so. Because I'm looking at the larger photo of her. Where you have, I forget what the people who are the quick typists, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I always
The
wonder
mother
how
was presenting the case. The boy's mother was sitting in there on the witness stand.
and it's like yes, continue. Order.
Yeah.
But
What are you wondering about?
and you can see her computer is off. There's some notes she's taking. There's her water. I have that water bottle, or that
Coffee costs?
yeah, and some tissues. And there, her hand just scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, how boring is your job if that's what you're, you know? It's how would you feel if that was if you had you had your case, Liz, and you had a case of anything, and this was your presenting judge?
I would be pissed at the judge. You're actually deliberately inhibiting and not watching and pay attention to the courtroom. If you're that bored, why do you even apply to be a judge? Like, fuck that. Obviously, you don't want to.
Bruh. Do they make good money at least?
Yeah, they do. They make decent money.
Then that's why you're a judge. You don't have to listen. You can just say,
not guilty. What does the jury have to say?
How much do they make?
Do you have ADHD? I mean, like, I could understand a little bit, but at the same time, I can't. You should be a judge if you got ADHD, not sitting in one spot.
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. She was. I just read it too.
Ooh, man, I would like to make that much scrolling through for Facebook. She makes between 150 to 200K.
Yeah, that's about right. She was just sworn in on January 9th after she was elected to preside over the court in Chandler, Oklahoma.
Oh, just recently.
That's November. Yeah.
So how long ago? January
9th. So we're looking, what, 8 months now? A little over. Right,
she
about
got
8
bored
months?
of the job fast. It sounds like a lot of people with jobs these days just can't keep their jobs.
Not even 150K a year. Fuck.
Oh my God, it's
a good life, man.
Actually,
you went to be a lawyer to do this shit, and here you are. Can't even do your job. Well, she probably was a bad lawyer too.
No, here's the thing. The thing is she got caught. She didn't get caught. She was just doing the same thing. That's the difference here. She got caught. And now
I'm assuming they would have had, like, because of how it's a case is, they would have cameras in the courtroom.
Well, that's what. But more than likely, some people have some sense of decency and actually doing their job. I'm not gonna deny. Probably some judge kind of will probably pitter patter off here and there. I'm not gonna deny everyone's like they're prim and proper doing their job. I'm not gonna give everyone the benefit of the doubt. There's gonna be people who scoot through, but this is blatantly like too much.
Yeah.
Like next thing you know, we're
literally caught.
The next thing you know, you're gonna be like wondering, like, oh, the judge caught like jerking off during case. Like,
ew.
So it's disappointing. I'm hoping whatever punishment she gets, because if she's
she'll just have to pay a fine. Yeah. Suspended, and that's about it.
She's on paid leave, basically. She's on vacation. So don't get in trouble in Oklahoma if you want to be safe. If you want a good case, better be somewhere else, or not in this jurisdiction. It was on division. We don't know anything else important here. Oklahoma reported we don't much as we're I'm fine not talking about children murder today. Yeah, no, it's stupid. I don't know how people work so hard to get to a position of this is a position of power to then just dumb fuck it up like that. Like, come on, really.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about more ridiculousness. So, have you seen the photo of the bear that's been going around?
No.
So there's our sun bears real, not humans and disguised as Hongshu Zoo. The zoo in eastern China has reassured visitors that its sun bear are real rather than humans in disguise. After footage of one animal standing like a person set rumors flying online. Because boy, that image. I'm not gonna lie. If you
it looks like it's but it's problem.
If you would have sent me that photo, I'm like, that's a cool costume. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I would have thought. So, responding to viral videos of the bear on its hind legs, Hanshu Zoo said people don't understand the species. I've seen 3 bears in person in my life, and I've seen multiple documentaries with actual bears, and most of them don't look like that. I could say that to the least, right? That's the least I can say. Social media users had speculated that the bears could be a person in costumes. I can't deny that either. That looks kind of like, you even say so. Some bears, the sun bears, the smallest bear species in the world, are generally the size of a large dog. They are an endangered species native to the rainforest in Southeast Asia. That's okay. We're learning something here. I did not know that. Did you know that?
I think I did. Yeah, I seem to recall that.
In the video, the sun bear is seen standing on the edge of its enclosure, holding its paws by its side, seemingly observing the zoo visitors itself. People on social media had questioned on how the bear could stand on its slender legs, as well as the appearance that looks like its skin bagging around its slender feet. Bagging around its hips. Some noting that it's similarity that on an ill-fitting bear suit. In a post written from the perspective of the sun bear called Angela's Hanshu Zoo, some people think that I stand like a person. It seems you don't understand me very well. That's funny. That's what the bear said. Anything there? Oh, there's another picture of the bear on the side. Oh, wow. That does look... That is a tiny bear.
Yeah, it's a very tiny bear.
You're right. You know, yeah, looking at it from this perspective, it's because it could be a perspective thing too. Anything more important here? 4 feet tall. Well, it's still a tall bear. 4 feet tall. Because I think when people think bear, they think of like North American bears. That's what people talk about or think about when you think bears. That's what when I said bear, was that the thing, the pictures in your head? Because I think the big grizzly bear,
the big black bear, the there's just panda bears. Just kidding. That's not. I think I've seen them. I think Jen has 1 or 2 of them at their location. I think. If not, I've been to a couple other zoos in my lifetime, so it's very possible I could have seen them there.
Actually, you know what's funny? I haven't been to a zoo in like years.
Time to go. Let's go for an adventure. We'll just make it a nice Instagram.
Make a fun YouTube video. Look at that. No, yeah, ever since I moved to Oregon, it's just like, 1, I haven't found the time, and 2, it's like really no interest to go. Like maybe now, just to kind of have
maybe
a walk.
You want to do the after dark one. That's what you want.
Oh, you see that? Maybe that. I think those are a little bit more. We'll look into it. If you guys see us posting about a video that we're gonna make, we might. It'll be fun. Mostly since the weather's been very, very nice recently. Nice in terms, like some places we're not gonna be talking about the weather this week, but for sure it's been bad out there. It's been bad. It's been really bad, lethal to a lot of people. Condolences to sadly some family members. The heat has not been good for them, so I have a lot of condolences to them. But yeah, it's weather for the most part in some areas have been nice, but for sure be safe out there as far as the weather. But besides that, going back to the bear, Yeah, this tiny. I'm saying tiny, even though it's like on its hind legs, it's like 4 feet tall. That's still pretty big for like a little piece of muscle, like a big dog.
You see, some of those dogs can be like 6 foot tall when they're standing on their hind legs.
Oh, what is it? The Great Danes and things
Great
like
Danes,
that?
and there's another one, an Irish Wolfhound.
Like you've
really,
had
really tall.
You know, my sister's dog, right? That thing just its tail can like slap you. Slap.
No, I've been whacked a couple times. Oh,
I'm like when a dog when you think of dog wagging your tail, oh, that's so cute. When she's wagging her tail, it's like smack, 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 smack. Like I get it, you're happy, but damn, it hurts slightly. But yeah, I can see this. I could see, depending on like probably a quote adult sun bear, its skin being a little bit more baggy, a little bit more.
It said looser because of being to turn itself around and be able to attack back on the tiger.
So it
makes sense.
But yeah, it's funny how the internet can go crazy over just one image. Like
yeah,
it's
perspective.
Perspective. Oh my god, what a goofy looking animal. I like it. Some bears.
Yeah.
What story do you want to jump into next?
There's so many things to be talking about. Drama and.
Do you want to do something local?
Sure. We're gonna talk about that guy with the cinder blocks.
The Reno one.
The Reno one.
Above 419. Under MrBeast.
Right under MrBeast. Yeah, that one, the cinder block.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. I don't consider. I think about it something else. Yeah.
Cinder block. What are you thinking? Man arrested in Reno after allegedly kidnapping a woman and locking her in a makeshift cell. FBI Portland is investigating an alleged kidnapping where the suspect posed as a fake police officer, and law enforcement saying he was arrested. He was arrested in Reno and is in custody in Washoe County.
You gotta be careful. You really have to be careful sometimes with people. Like these days.
That's why you always call the non-emergency line and say, "Hey, is there an actual cop behind me?" Because I just want to make sure it's not, if it doesn't have the actual
because anyone can buy blue and red lights and make it look like a police car, like your quote undercover cops. Because it could be pretty sketchy out there, because you don't want to end up like some people like this.
Yeah, no kidding. She alleges she was kidnapped, shackled, sexually assaulted, and locked in this makeshift cell, said Stephanie Shark, assistant special agent for FBI Portland. Woman claims she was first kidnapped in Seattle before being taken to Klamath Falls, Oregon, and held in a cinder block makeshift cell. The makeshift cell had a one light bulb and was installed in reverse so the door couldn't be unlocked from the inside.
Bro, this is a horror movie, basically.
Totally, notes were also found in the suspect's home saying, "We don't want any type of investigation," and a diagram of a planned 100-foot hole. The suspect is identified as 20-year-old Nagasi Zubiri. I don't know.
I think it's Nagasi.
Nagasi. Zubiri goes by other aliases as Sakima Zubiria, Justin Kasai, and Justin Joshua Heish.
Let's go with Justin to be easier. Let's go with Justin.
He's being charged with one count of interstate kidnapping. The FBI is concerned that there are more victims in other states, as Joshua has lived in 10 states in 10 years.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's scary, bro.
The FBI believes Joshua is linked to 4 sexual assault cases in 4 states, but he is not charged in those cases at this time. According to court documents on July 15th, Joshua solicited the victim into prostitution in Seattle. After the encounter, Joshua posed as an undercover cop, pointed a taser at her, and then handcuffed the victim and put her in the back seat of his car. After some time, the victim was wondering why the trip was taking so long, and Joshua said they were going to a substation. Once she looked at the GPS and Joshua's phone, that's when she knew he was not a police officer. Investigators then say the suspect drove over 450 miles to his home in Klamath Falls. Klamath Falls police says the victim was locked in a makeshift cinder block room in Joshua's garage. They say after a few hours, the victim punched her way out of the cell, grabbed a gun from Joshua's car, and flagged someone on the road to 911 before she was transported to a hospital. The FBI say the victim bravely saved a lot of lives. The victim's focused actions and her will to survive triggered a law enforcement response that actually saved many other women from a similar nightmare, Shark said.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Again, boy, is that story crazy. That, like I said earlier, that is literally like a horror movie. That whole event right there.
Yeah, dude, it gets even crazier.
We'll talk about that in a second. Let's first talk about this. What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
It's crazy. It's shocking. Why I'm not surprised anymore. Like, things just.
The thing is, this problem.
Like I think this is getting like really in our picture because it's A, in our backyard, and B.
Yeah, that's true. Here's the thing. This happens more than people think. It's just not. It's not publicized as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one incident is not one incident. This probably happens like a couple times a week to individuals, and sometimes it's because some of those individuals, what it looks like he was hunting were people who have no family that they can turn to or anything. They were just looking for lost souls, and if they went missing, no one noticed. And this happens to a lot of kidnappings, like just people that never report anyone missing.
That's how the Green River Killer got away with so many murders.
So, there was a kind of tanging off. I was learning another show that I watched. They were doing an old, forget which California killer it was. It was during like
Zodiac.
No, not famous. More, the Night Slasher. Anyways, they were doing like a recap of them, like because you can kind of we can talk about, because I think we talked about true crime podcasts, how they can be informative, but they can be a little too much to Pine for some individuals. But anyways, they were doing like a segment of that, kind of what we're doing, but we're just kind of more talking about this news. But it was interesting to see because a lot of people go missing. It sounds like there's other victims, potentially, more than likely, because it sounds like this guy had a plan. That's a scary when someone has a plan, because they've done it before probably.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you feel as someone who potentially this could happen?
Anything can happen. It's as a woman, it's scary because it seems like we always have to be. It doesn't matter. It seems like we always have to be on the defense every time we walk into public. We don't know who the next person is. I mean, you hear about these kidnappings of kids lately and women and targeting and it's just shenanigans.
All right, let's continue.
It's nuts. It sucks, but I mean, I feel like as women just have to keep having like pepper sprays and taser guns and whatever sharp object on them, so they can just get away from things like this. So, all
right, continue. So what happened?
On July 16th, two Nevada State Police troopers found Joshua in a parking lot in South Reno. Joshua was holding his child in the car, and his wife was outside talking to him. During the standoff, Joshua got a knife and cut himself. After 45 minutes, Joshua was arrested, and the child was unharmed. The FBI say despite how frightening these accusations are, they believe it's just the tip of the iceberg. A lot of times we'll just get a case and it's what it is on its face, and more look into the case, and more, or we can become more concerned as the law enforcement that there may be more of what we're missing, and so that's right now we're still in the infancy stage of this investigation. Stark said, "If you sue, basically, if anybody knows."
So yeah, kind of exactly what we were talking. So they caught him. That's good. Because the thing is, like, he was just your everyday person.
That's
probably
really weird.
He was just an everyday man, probably. Mm-hmm. And that's a scary part. It's like,
he looks like a crazy man. Just like looking at his picture. My Spidey, if I saw him, my Spidey senses would be tickling. You're like, yeah, no, I don't want to go around that guy.
And Liz is judging people. That's normal for her though. But no.
So do you. So do you.
No, I have more tact. But it's wild. Like I said, it's hard for individuals. And they caught him. It sounds like the second he tried to end it, and he failed. Now here's the thing. Now his family has to live with this reality now.
Yeah. Their son is a kidnapper, a rapist, and whatever. He's
a monster, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
I don't know if he resulted in murder either. So who knows?
He has to get rid of the body somehow. Like,
unless the women are too traumatized.
That's true.
I'm bored.
That's true. I'm not gonna deny that. That's not impossible. That is.
Think about it then, especially in that vulnerable state. Think about it. Just threaten. Oh, I'll come after you if I find out. Like you told somebody. Don't worry about it. I got tabs on you.
That is true. That is true. Mostly if they're in what is it? Why can't I think? In confinement for an X amount of time. Just built silver. I'm hoping
states in 10 years. There's got to be more women.
Yeah. So I'm hoping she gets the help she needs for all this shenanigans, because it looked like for one, she was already in a rough place to begin with, and then this happens. It's just your life is even in more turmoil. It's like never ending, right?
No kidding, never end, right?
So let's continue with this kind of downfall of individuals and kind of talk about Los Angeles a little bit. We haven't talked about this in a bit. The Los Angeles renters could face eviction as back rent payments decline. The deadline nears. So for some people, some people remember during the pandemic, a lot of people got like a break for be able to survive, because some people lost their jobs and were able to continue to live in some places. Sadly, my parents and my sister were one of the few that lost their place before the program came into fruition. But it looks like some people are just about to have that luck run out. So Los Angeles renters soon could face eviction if they don't pay back the rent they owe from earlier in the pandemic. Los Angeles put in place COVID-19 policies that protected many tenants from eviction if they were not able to make rent. But those protections have now expired, and Tuesday marks the deadline for tenants to pay back any rent owed by March 2020 through September 2021. How many months is that?
A year and 9 months, roughly. 9 months.
21 months, basically.
Yeah. 9 months to. Yeah. Yeah. That's about a year and 9.
Okay.
So, 18 months.
18 months. Okay. We'll say 18 months. That's a lot of money. Government officials and tenants advocate that have been rising concerns about the looming deadline as the city faces another epidemic crisis with the historic strike of SAG and the whole writer's strike, and so that's all happening at the same time. So that is so anyone who's listening and wondering, we haven't talked about we brought it up here and there about the writer strikes and the actor strike. But yeah, that's another thing that's happening. Actually, give me 1 second. But yeah, so we haven't really dived deep into the writer strike and anything, because there's, besides how horribly paid, we could probably do a story about it. It's just more pay wages and stuff like that. and how garbage they get paid and stuff like that, and all the revenue share and stuff like that. But a lot of the big companies have literally kind of nonchalantly said, like, yeah, we're just gonna wait for them to start losing their homes and get evicted so they can come back. And
that is not nice. That is not cool.
So now it's at that point where we hit that point where a lot of these places, a lot of these individuals are about to lose their homes, their living quarters. I am very worried about the deadline. LA Mayor Karen Bass said in an interview with the elitist. I'm concerned that we're going to have another spike in homelessness. And God, have you seen images of the homelessness in Los Angeles?
I've experienced it.
Oh, have you?
I've been down in LA multiple times. It's not like you didn't feel safe, that's for sure.
On August 1st deadline of a certain tenant protections are coming to expire, my office is working with our partners in the city council and all Los Angeles Housing Department to prepare resources for the wait, what? How do you pronounce it?
Angelinos.
Angelinos?
That's how they call them, Angelinos.
I didn't know that. Angelinos that may be impacted by the city of Los Angeles. Bass wrote on Saturday on X. On X. Quote, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, along with a graphic illustrating the dates and resources for the residents. The LAist reported that the eviction filings are on the rise in the Los Angeles County and are likely to grow further, according to the landlord advocate who opposes many of the renters' protections in places, saying that they pose a financial hardship for them. Bass has been working to tackle the homelessness crisis in Los Angeles and recently renewed the homelessness emergency declaration for the city. Recent numbers, however, show homelessness still on the rise. And the heat does not help either for them.
Oh no, heck no.
You know, I would hate to be mayor of this city, and that's the problem you had to fix. Like, here, fix something that's like, it's like fixing a broken sink that's been leaking forever and the house is already flooding. Like, how are you supposed to do that?
All right.
Like, I feel so bad for anyone who has to jump into a problem that seems literally impossible to fix. The Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority conduct an annual point-in-time court release. There's Thursday. The Los Angeles Times reported that shows a 9% increase in homelessness in Los Angeles County and 10% increase in the homeless in the city of Los Angeles. Oh my God, that's so many people. Because how many? Okay, here the county estimates 75,000 people do not have permanent housing, because people forget homelessness just people who don't have an actual, because there's a lot of people who are just couch surfers that are considered homeless. Or actually, here it goes. They have an actual statement. So the 2023 account of the county's estimated 75,518 people do not have permanent housing, include those living in a tent, car, van, RV, or makeshift shelter. In 2022, the number was 69,144. So they jumped up 5K minimum. Mm-hmm. The Los Angeles Times reported that since the 2015 estimation, homelessness has reached about by 70% in the county and 80% in the city. That's a lot of people, and it's just gonna jump again.
Since 2015. So think about it. When I was down there, when I was a teenager.
Yes,
before that was statement of 2015. I've been there. It was 2002. You think about it, it's still a lot of people. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's because you have a huge cost differentiation from what minimum wage was, and at that time too. I mean, I encountered it so many times when I was down in LA. I mean, whether we would be at the train station or at the we were meeting one of my uncle's children out there. Yeah, It was everywhere. Everywhere. It was like every corner, every step you had to watch where you were stepping. So yeah, it's not been great for a long time. It's been going on for years, obviously. And the fact that like 80% of people in the city alone, that's a lot of people who don't have houses.
Homelessness has increased by 70% in the county and 80%. That's a lot.
And that's just a lot of people. Think about it. People who actually have jobs and actually have houses is 20%. That 20% is richer than those poor people.
Oh yeah, because I can imagine most of the
and they're barely making it too, I bet. 10 out of 1.
Because I can imagine a lot of the quote housing in the area are rentals.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
nobody lives in LA.
Like
they all live on the outskirts of LA.
There's a quote online where it's like everyone hates landlords. Everyone hates landlords. And I get it. There I won't deny the good landlords that are out there who are able to actually provide a reasonable living space with reasonable quality of like accommodations. Like, oh, is your dryer broken? What, we have someone who will go out there and fix it within a day or two. People like that who are like, they actually care about their location stuff, and not some people who just, let's buy all this land, build all these places, and get one of those management companies to handle everything, and it's like just garbage, and they just rack up the price.
I only know because my dad was a landlord himself.
Oh my God, he was part of the problem.
No, he was not part of the problem. We were in LA. We were in Orange, okay?
Was he a good landlord? That's the real question, Liz.
Yes, it was. It was just for a quadplex.
Okay.
It was just for like pretty much 4 homes in a building, a quadplex.
Well, anyway, yeah, and it's just gonna get worse now that it seems like at this point in time, it's been a couple days now since we'll see what the outcome is, and with some of the writers and actors, like when people think actor strike, also this is kind of another tangent. It's like some of the people in the actor strike, when people think the actors make a lot of money, you're thinking of the big faces, like I can't even think of some people, like Robert Downey Jr.'s,
I know that. I'm not thinking about those. I'm talking about the side people.
The people who are just the people who are just starting to try to enter the business. The people who are just like the background people, like just they're trying to earn a little bit of money, trying to get into the business. Some people forget that they are the ones that go to LA because that's where you go to make it big. That's always been the thing. Like a lot these days, you can get really famous online. Look at the NPC TikToker. You can get famous that way, or you can try to get into old media by going to LA, try to get into performances, but the struggle to get in there is costly at this point. And with this economy, it's really it's really bad. People are literally living in their cars. So also on a side tangent, you know what? I always wanted to get one of those like nice looking vans, like the old school vans, and like renovate those. And just kind of travel for just take a mini vacation and travel in one of those things in comfort. But that's a side tangent. But you
have to have a little bit of money to do that. It's not a cheap thing. I'm not gonna lie. My clothes were looking at one point. One of my cousins actually wound up doing that for a bit in time. Yeah, but that was again a costly thing. So they saved up a lot of money to buy the van and then had it retrofitted to be more like a little living. So
like, yeah, that's the thing. Not a lot of people have that. So when people are living in their vans and cars,
they don't have it like retrofitted. And I've seen some of those TikToks where they're like, I've been living in my car, and you can see them black out the windows when they're going to bed and trying to change in a little spot, and then like making pillows and like shoving into places so they actually have like a bed, and
like all their personal belongings are in their trunk and everything. Like, your life is that vehicle. The second that vehicle's gone, you lose everything. It is rough. It is a rough time right now in this day and age. like we joke about the
There's got to be
economy.
change. There's got to be change. There's got to be change soon coming.
No,
There's just no way this is going to be sustainable for life. I mean, do they any state want to handle this homelessness? Nah.
No, I don't see any. I just see the problem rising. I don't see any change happening, and that's the problem right now. Mostly with the current strike happening. Luckily, here's the thing: some of the higher valued actors have been donating to the writer strike, to the actor strikes, to kind of supplement because they have a fund within their thing to kind of supplement some of the missing pay for individuals, to kind of help alleviate some of the costs, because right now some people are about to lose their homes, and that's kind of what the big companies are gonna, like they said, like, we're just waiting for these people to lose their homes, and then they'll be begging to get their job back. And like, imagine if your group went on strike, Liz, and it's like, we want better pay. Okay, and they said they're just gonna hold out until you lose where you're able to live in your house. That's how long they'll just like, then you'll come back working. Imagine if that's what your company would do.
Highly doubt it.
I just said imagine, Liz. God.
I know. I mean, just because I can see, there's a shortage for us right now. There's not many people.
True. For us too.
But I mean, like, I can't see. Yeah, I would highly doubt that I would try to find a different means of way, making an income for the time being and supporting the protest. So other ways.
That is true. If anyone's wondering how you can support, at least as far as the financially, I don't know. There's probably some sites I'll probably can link down below if I find any specific ones, because there are specific ways to get out. But the other way you guys help at least the writers and actors strike is, like, you can still watch some movies and some series, because if companies know you're still willing to watch certain things like that would have been already produced before the strike and everything, people are like, oh, we really want these writers to work for us. But the second some of the more stuff in line, just like all the garbage, because we're probably, from what I've been looking into, we're gonna have like a slog for about a year, and depending on how long, maybe like 2 years of just no proper content, just because the strike. Because sometimes people forget how long it takes to produce a show, a movie.
I agree with you 100% on that, because there's a show that I've been waiting for it to come out, and it's been stalled.
Yeah,
multiple times because of the writer's strike,
and
I have not. They said that halfway produced, but because of the strike, it hasn't produced since then. Like,
and the sequel to Across the Spider-Verse, it was supposed to come out next year, delayed until further notice.
Like, my daughter is not happy about this. She's like, "What?" I'm like,
"Oh, did you guys go? Were you guys able to rewatch that?"
No, we have not yet. We watched it yet. No.
I'm. It's funny how she's so upset for a movie that she hasn't even seen the one before. So, but hello, you there? Oh no, Liz has stalled out on us as always. It's wild, Hopefully she can still hear me, because I'm gonna say Liz froze up again. At least she has a wonderful image on her right now. Unless she's holding still really good. But it looks like we're at the end. You know what's funny? We always get to the end of these things. There you are. You're back.
I know. I saw it and I was like, it's coming back. I have fun in it. Something it just might have just blipped out.
Here's the thing. You got really lucky, because the image you had on were like a perfect, nice smile.
Good.
Imagine if you had like a goofy one. I'm using that for the thumbnail.
You would do that too.
I would. But no, you know what's perfect? It always happens when we're just at the end too.
Yeah, too, right? She's been wanting to go see it, but we haven't had the chance to yet. So okay. Maybe today. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow.
So, do you have any thoughts on just the homelessness, the writer's strike? Oh, like we haven't really touched.
I think it really needs to be addressed. I mean, we need it. I hope they come to a conclusion soon. I hope for the betterment of them, and I hope we can figure out a way to decrease the homelessness. I mean, that'd be a great opportunity for a lot of people in the long run.
I'm trying to figure out what we can do for homelessness. Can we do Thunderdome?
Maybe.
You know, that
they could take over Thunderdome. I mean, they could make it out. I mean, just knock those chairs out. Great spaces for people to sleep. You're in from A to 2B.
Oh, no. The Thunderdome's when like 2 people go in, 1 person comes out.
Oh, no, never mind. It was my bad. I thought you were talking like a dome.
Liz is joining in. Yeah.
I was thinking sports dome.
And look at that shit.
Hey, that cuts the homeless problem in half, Liz. Hey, I have half. What can you do? Can you fix half?
Pay raises, jobs.
That seems like more work, and some people won't do that. Mine can win out more people, and we can publicize it, make more money. LA, call me. We'll figure something out. But yeah, it is rough. I feel for anyone in the LA area, basically anywhere, because it's not probably just an LA thing, right? It's probably
I think it's everywhere. I think you think about it, every city has their problems, right?
West Coast. No, go for it.
West, like as we see in Portland and Seattle, their homelessness is crazy.
What I'm talking about is also as far as the rent policy stuff being levied. I think
they keep increasing it here, and they said, "Oh yeah, they're going to top it. They're going to top it," but they never stop it.
So it's probably
keeps increasing.
It's probably some cities, some states are probably better than others. And it seems like at least LA is like for sure it's one of the bigger name cities for sure. So they're probably it's more publicized. But yeah, it's crazy. I hope for anyone living out there. I have like 2 friends out there, so I'm hoping the best for them. I should probably hit them up and see how they're doing. But my God, it's wild. So for the best for anyone who's living in LA right now, anyone who's a writer, an actor, trying to strive down there, we support you. And the city of LA, call me. Thunderdome status. I can cut that homelessness in half. Get you some extra money for funding.
So bad.
And okay, everyone, thank you again for listening or watching for another episode of the Convoluted Podcast. It's always fun to chat with you, talk with Liz. The thing we didn't mention is like if you want to help support us, you can go to merch.tyrant.dominus.com. We completely forgot about that, but it's fine. You can go and follow any of our.
We did briefly talk about the tie-dye, so I think they knew where we were going with that.
That's true. You can go to the link below, or if you want to help support us by letting people know about the show, go to any social media. Share this on Facebook, Threads, X/Twitter,
Facebook.
Word of mouth. Word of mouth is one of the best ways. You just tell people about the show because that's the best way you can let people know about us. But yeah, everyone, thanks again. Until next time. See ya.
Bye.